Okay, so today we're going to learn about personalities. And because there are so many, I just put some important ones. Yeah, and we're going to start with the positive ones, and then we'll go to negative.
What's the difference between personality traits, character?
Kind of similar, they're very similar. So character, personality, very similar.
Yeah. So you can just use it.
Yeah. So the first one is ambitious, right? So someone who is determined to succeed, like when they think about themselves, they just want the best for themselves. So they are very ambitious. Yeah, like the example says, Tracy was an ambitious student, always eager to learn. So because she wants better for herself, she's always learning. So ambitious. You can also use it to describe a student, right?
Yeah.
That oh, she or he is an ambitious student. And
Ambition could be negative sometimes.
sometimes, yes. If it's too much, it's too ambitious. Yeah, but mostly positive. And attentive, so like for example, a student who's always paying attention, right? Listens to the teacher all the time. So you can say he or she is attentive. And curious too is for students who are always, or anybody, not just students, who is always asking questions, right? They always want to know more. So you can say they are curious. They have a lot of curiosity. Yeah, so curiosity is the noun. So you can say she is or he is curious. Mostly always asking questions, always asking questions. Yeah.
Is there a sign where person is very curious about very gossip?
Gossip, or like curious about someone else.
Yeah.
About other people, nosy.
Nosy.
Nosy, N-O-S-Y, nosy.
N-O-S-Y, nosy.
Yeah. Like this person is very nosy, like they are always maybe asking you personal questions. And they're very nosy. Another one, this one is mostly about performance, right? So you say she or he is an outstanding student. It means they perform very well, like way better than most students. Actually, better than good, better than excellent. So they are outstanding. Yeah. Extremely good.
Perfect.
Do you know any outstanding students in your class?
Oh, in my class, me now.
Do you mean that?
The sentence there is around the next. The previous one. Privilege.
Privilege. Oh, it's like how can I put it? Yeah, like you feel privileged, it's like an honor. Like this is an honor to me to teach you. Yeah, so it's like I'm privileged to teach you, like it's an honor. I feel, you know, how teaching and outstanding students is easier, right? So it's like a privilege to you. Or for example, another way to use privilege is someone who is rich compared to someone who is poor. The person who is rich is privileged, right? Yeah, because they have access to things But the purpose of that's it. Yeah. That's pretty good. Bright or clever. So sometimes clever can be a bit negative, but you can also say, oh, he's a clever student. He's bright, very smart, very intelligent. So those type of students that maybe they don't need too much to learn. They just learn very easily and they're able to answer questions and do things by themselves. So you say, oh, he's very bright. Or clever. Sometimes some students can be, or maybe not just students, anybody, can be clever but not exactly bright. So it means similar, but clever has more of a negative connotation. Like, yeah. You can also use energetic. Right? So students who are, or anybody who's very active physically and mentally as well. Just full of energy, energetic. And also generous. Someone who is always willing to give and share people, right? Yeah. So it's, oh, she's a generous student. She's always sharing. She shares her food, her crayons, or whatever. So that's a generous person.
That's right. Us, Anthony, no, generous.
It's the stingy.
Stingy, yes. I still misspelling this as stingy. Okay. I have a question. We talked about students that are clever. Is there a word for who can always react quick in the career?
Quick and correct. Witty. You can say witty, but WITTY. So he's very witty. Like students who always have an answer to something. Yeah. So it's both negative and positive because there are certain people that even when they do something wrong, they always have an answer. So they are witty, they think fast. Yeah. So it can be a positive and also a negative. Sociable. So sociable is someone who is very friendly with other people, right? So makes a lot of friends and so just very sociable, likes being around people. Social. Do you know any student who's sociable? Alex. Yes, Alex is very social. And also creative. So most creative people will be good at singing, dancing, drawing. So they're very creative. Or sometimes it just means they are always thinking of different ways to do things, right? So everyone else does things like this, they do things in different ways, then it's better. So they are creative. Then we have extroverted, so it comes from the noun extroverted, right? So kids or anybody who's extroverted means they enjoy going out and meeting people.
And Harry is the extrovert.
Extrovert, because she is an extrovert or she is extrovert. So So extroverted people, like, they like being outside. And cheerful. So a cheerful person is someone who is always happy, right? And they make other people happy. When you spend time with them, you also feel happy. Yeah, so they are cheerful. Maybe they make jokes or they're just positive about life. Yeah, very cheerful. So the adjective is actually humorous, like someone is humorous. But if you say, oh, she has a good sense of humor, or he has a good sense of humor. So it just means they like to make jokes and they also find many things funny. Yeah. They have a good sense of humor. They're funny. Yeah, you can say he's funny.
Can we say someone has a good sense of creativity?
Yes. Good sense of, I mean, you can say it, but usually it's not what how people say it, right? They always say she's very creative. Yeah. Or she is a creative. And also responsible. So a responsible person is someone who is always, you can trust them, you know they're going to do what they're supposed to do, right? So they are responsible. They are very reliable people. So that's responsible.
How about the person who wants responsibility, but he or she cannot?
So they want responsibility, but they cannot do it.
They don't know.
They want
To
it.
be too privileged.
Okay.
Maybe.
Let me say. They want responsibility, but they cannot do it. They can't do it because they don't want to, or because they just can't do it.
They don't have the ability.
They don't have the ability. So I say incompetence, like let me write it down. Incompetent. So it's like they just don't have the ability to do it. Because oh, he is incompetent, he just can't do it. Yeah, so this one is negative, right? So when someone says you are incompetent, you have to feel bad. Oh, wow, it's very insulting. Yeah. So charming, the charming, a person who is just, pleasant to be around. Like charming is mostly positive, right? But it can also be a little bit negative. So you can say he is charming, but he's a liar. So many charming people are good liars as well because of their personality, they're very lively and pleasant. Many people are eager, like they easily believe them, right? Yeah, so charming. Hardworking. Always put a lot of effort and care into what they do. They are very hardworking. Who is a hardworking student? Maybe Winnie. No Winnie. Winnie is not Winnie. Very hardworking.
That's one, that's two. Or funny, also quite funny. Because sometimes I heard I say funny is not a good word.
For really?
I don't know. I heard that, I don't know.
It
Is
is
it?
interesting and it's
Yeah.
not really interesting.
Yeah, so funny is just someone who likes to make jokes and who makes people laugh. Yeah, so if you make people laugh, you're funny, right? But sometimes they just say,
It's funny.
Like, it depends on how you say it, right? Like, maybe if you don't like someone, it's like, it's funny, like, his personality is weird. Like, weird, like, yeah, he's kind of funny, like, he's weird, you know? But mostly it's positive, but you can also make it negative if you want. If you don't want to say something mean, so you can just say, yeah, it's funny, but you don't mean it. Yeah. And the person you're talking to probably knows what you mean already. Yeah.
I say it's funny.
It is funny, that means it makes you laugh. Yeah, it's funny. Humble. So someone who is humble is, modest. So modest is another adjective for someone who is humble. They're not proud, they're humble. So like those rich people that are rich, but they can still talk to poor people and associate normally, be respectful to everyone, so they are humble. Modest is another one. They're independent. So if you're independent, you don't rely on other people, right? You like to do things by yourself. So you are independent. Oh, actually, if you say someone is funny looking, it's funny looking, yeah, that's negative. That's bad. So it's funny looking, that's bad. So this one, bold, brave, fearless, they are very similar adjectives. So they kind of mean the same thing, right? So it is very bold or very fearless. They mean similar things. So when you're bold, it means you don't have fear, or you show no fear. Maybe you have fear, but you don't show it. So you show no fear of danger or difficult things.
Probably similar word dare is in the name.
Daring, yes.
Daring,
Yeah.
but daring is more
Not really, but be positive, yeah, it's daring.
and the Anthony is timid.
Yeah. We also have polite. Polite, it has to be, politeness is defined differently, it depends on the culture, right? So like in my country, when you're talking to someone older, you have to kneel down, right? Yeah, to show politeness. But I don't know, in Taiwan, I feel like many people are very polite. Like, the politeness in Taiwan, when I first came, I was very shocked by how polite people are. Because in my country, yes, people are polite, but not extremely polite like in Taiwan. Yeah. So I think it depends on the culture as well. Yeah. So that's why it is socially correct. Because in other countries, if you kneel down, people are gonna think you're weird, right? But you can be polite as well. So it has to be social, defined by the culture, right? Okay, so there are many personalities. I can't add all of them, right? But many of them just mean similar things. So I think we can go to some negative ones. Like cheeky. So cheeky just means like naughty, It's informal, so it's not actually informal word. But you can say, oh, it's so cheeky. Like a little bit rude, a little bit disrespectful, but in a playful way, right? Yeah, like playful, like naughty. Many kids are cheeky. They don't mean to be mean, but they're just kids. Yeah, it says yeah. And average. So average is not necessarily bad, but like when someone says you're average, you can take offense to it, right? Because it means you're not special. You're just like everyone else. The ordinary is the other adjective. So she's just an average student, it's just, her grades are just okay, yeah. So the example says, although he was very diligent, Brian was a student of average ability. So it's like, naturally, even though the person tries very hard, they're just average, yeah.
Another word, plain, describe the group who lives its personality.
Plain, when someone says you have a plain personality, it just means you're not fun, you're not, like, you're boring, like,
Oh,
you're boring, yeah. Just plain. And you also have rights. So a brat is someone, a kid who is spoiled, right? It can also be an adult, but usually used for kids. So the kids who don't take no for an answer, they have they're ill-mannered, they don't behave well, always crying, they just want everything to go their way. So you can say a brat or spoiled brat. Alone, so not necessarily negative, but can be negative. Yeah. So someone who just loves being alone. Student is a loner. Just likes being alone. Alone, yeah. And it's not like they are not happy, they are happy being alone. So just say, oh, I'm alone, but like, I just don't mind being alone. Maybe you're not Maybe. And someone who is unfocused or distracted. So it means the same thing, right? That they are easily distracted, right? They are always paying attention to other things instead of paying attention to what they're supposed to be doing. Distracted. So there are certain students that maybe you are teaching them to start playing with a pencil. So just start doing other things. So they are distracted or unfocused. And this one, volatile, just means they change their mood very quickly. Right? So maybe they were happy 1 second ago, and then they get angry, like Jimmy. Jimmy, that person just throws the chair. Yeah, he's very volatile. You don't know when they're going to change that temper, right?
we said, ah,
Yeah, mood you just change your moods. Yeah. So in one day you have many moods. So you're moody. But volatile is more serious. Moody can be that, oh, maybe you're a little bit happy in the morning and then in the afternoon you're a bit sad. And then in the evening you're happy again. So you're moody, but volatile is more serious. So underachieving. So this one is mostly academic and maybe at work. Yeah. So just don't care. There are certain people that don't care if they do well or not. So they are underachieving. Like there are certain students that maybe are hardworking, but they don't get good grades, right? Yeah. But underachieving, they're not hardworking at all. So they don't care. They're underachievers. Yeah. Anxious. So many people will feel anxious once in a while. Everyone feels anxious, right? But if it's your personality, it means that's just how you are all the time. So you're always worried, always uneasy, always nervous. Like Jessica. I think Jessica, she's very anxious. Yeah. That's why she doesn't like going to school because she's always feeling nervous. So she's anxious. fussy. You are fussy, just don't like anything. you just find problems with anything, like, I don't like the water, you are fussy. Like, I don't like the water here, I don't like the whiteboard, I don't like the chair, like, you don't like anything, so you are fussy. So some kids mostly are fussy eaters, right? They don't like any food at all, so you have to force them to eat. So that's fussy.
A fuzzy is a picky eater.
Picky is a bit different. Picky eater, at least they'll eat something, but fussy, they don't want anything. So grumpy. So a grumpy person is hard to please, they're easily upset, and they don't find anything funny, right? They always find problems with things. So maybe after a long life, you can feel grumpy, right? So some people feel grumpy, some people are just grumpy. So if maybe you're tired, you can be grumpy. But some people are just like that, grumpy. In Taiwan, is there a thing where old men are grumpy? Men who are very old. They can be grumpy. Yeah, because in most countries, old men are very grumpy. Like everything is a problem. Yeah. Say grumpy old man.
Critical.
Yeah, critical. Yeah, grumpy people are always criticizing things. Yeah. But someone can be critical, not grumpy. Aggressive.
I thought it's a positive word.
It can be depending. So if you say she's an aggressive worker, maybe that might be both at work, right? But usually it's negative. So aggressive, someone who's always angry, wants to argue, right?
And then he's even aggressive. Do we add the I maybe?
No. There are many words you can use as they actually. Patience. Just can't wait. They get angry if they wait for something for a long time. So they are impatient. So there are certain people who are always impatient. Some people are impatient once in a while, but some are always impatient. So that's just their personality. So someone who is mean is just does it on purpose. They want to hurt you. When they do it, like they're just mean. They're not kind. They're not nice at all. They just want to hurt you. They do it on purpose. And now we have stingy, right? So someone who doesn't want to spend money or food to share, they don't want to share or to help other people. Just don't want to share, even when they have a lot. Just they don't want to share. They don't like sharing. Or when they share a little bit. They're stingy. Another forceful. So the people who are always bragging, right? Like always say, oh, I have this, I have that, whatever. Like I have this big car, I have like they're very annoying. Yeah, so they are forceful. Or you can say braggy, like that's it. Braggy, like BRAGGY. Very house. Right. And arrogant. So arrogant people just think they're better than other people. also can be proud. So proud can be different, right? So you can say, I'm proud of you, that's a good thing. But if you say that person is very proud, means they're arrogant. They think they're better than other people. So insecure. So if you're insecure, it means you're not confident, right? So you don't trust yourself, you're just insecure. So even if you might be good at something and people tell you that you're good at it, but when you're insecure, you don't believe it. So you never think you're good enough. You're always doubting yourself. So that's insecure. So people usually maybe they're always insecure, or maybe they're insecure about something. So some people will be insecure about their bodies, or maybe their work. So that's insecure. Naive or gullible. So they have similar meanings but a bit different. Someone who is naive they just don't know, right? They just don't have the knowledge. So you can say, oh, she's naive. Right? So people who are naive, they easily believe whatever because they don't know anything, right? They are naive. So they can be fooled easily. But people who are gullible, they can just be easily tricked and deceived, right? They just believe anybody. They don't even think about it, but they just accept anything. So they are gullible. So they are very similar. The difference is that naive is that you just don't have the knowledge. But if you had the knowledge, you wouldn't be gullible. But gullible people, even if they have the knowledge, they're still easily tricked. Or easily convinced as well. Like if I ask you, can you give me 1 million? I'll give you back. And you just say, okay, here. And you don't know when I'm going to give you back. If I even have the ability to give you back, you just believe me. So you are gullible. There's another one, domineering. Yeah, that comes from dominant. Right? So someone who is always trying to control other people. And they're very aggressive. So they always want other people to listen to them, like they're the boss, even when they're not. So sometimes it's not negative sometimes, because sometimes people say she has a domineering personality. So, or maybe just happens that maybe all your friends are very maybe chill, like they have their personalities are very like maybe shy and timid, and you are not. So people would say your personality is domineering, no? Yeah. So they are comparing to your other friends. Yeah. So, but most times it's negative. Conceited or vain. So they are also very similar. But vain is mostly on how you look, right? So when someone says I'm vain, it means maybe just love the way they look, right? Yeah. Yeah, mostly it's physically like if you're vain, you just love yourself in the way. Like too much, everyone loves themselves, but then too much, right? Like vain, like that picture, you're always checking yourself out. Yeah, so vain. Conceited, just you think you're a very important person. You're more important than other people, and you don't respect others. So you're conceited. It's arrogant. It's yeah, it's not sensitive. Someone who is sensitive is that they get easily upset by things, right? So if you make a slight comment, maybe about their weight, maybe they will cry because they're sensitive. Yeah. easily upset by things. So 10 minutes, but I think that's all. So maybe you can ask me questions. So there are many personalities, like maybe 1,000. Maybe try to find some more. Like, for example, introvert, I didn't include it, but it's the opposite of extrovert, right? So an introvert is the opposite of an extrovert. So an introvert is someone who just likes being alone at home. Maybe not alone, but likes being at home, doesn't like going out. So that's an introvert.
This one is a negative or positive.
Ignorant is
Naive.
yeah, negative. If you're ignorant, you just don't know. And the thing about ignorant is that to make it different with naive, ignorant is that you choose not to know. Right? You just don't want to know, so you're ignorant. But naive, you just don't know. Yeah.
What's that something for shy?
Shy, yeah, like timid, yeah. What else can I say? Shy. Yeah, mostly timid, I think timid, where it's the
How about some similar word for lazy?
lazy, how can I say, not motivated, right? Unmotivated.
Motivated.
Yeah, unmotivated. Or like, this is idle. Idle, yeah, just don't do anything, just idle. Motivated, idle. Or is it inactive? Inactive.
Someone who is always late. Is that a personality?
Someone who is always late, tardy, isn't tardy, is an adjective, but let me check. Yes. Tardy. So, always late. So there are many personalities that will be confident, that's also a positive one, right? Like very confident. Just many, many personalities that
I think it's weird. I'm more familiar with those good personality.
oh, really? It's not the negative ones? You're not very familiar with the negative ones?
Yes.
Wow. So other personalities like greedy, greedy, so that's it's negative, right? Like he's very greedy, means they just like all the nice things to be for them, right? Not others. Greedy. Or another one is flaky. F-L-A-K-Y. So if you're flaky, means whenever someone makes a plan with you, you agree, like, yes, you are going to go, and then on the day you're like, never mind, I won't go. So it means you are flaky, right? Like, you're always changing your mind after agreeing to something, right? So you are flaky. So people don't ask you to do things with them because you always change your mind. So you are flaky. Or maybe you just don't show up. Let's go out to eat. You're like, okay, and then you just don't show up. So you are flaky.
How to describe a person who is hard to get along with others,
Hard to get along. Maybe not
but very maybe the people around the person they don't like him or her very much. Not really unfriendly. Maybe they
They
don't.
just don't like the person. What does the person do?
What do you mean?
Like, why do they not like him? Or her?
Maybe they don't know how to get along with others. Not really unfriendly. Harder than unfriendly.
Oh, maybe that's the person just doesn't know how to get out.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Because it depends on a lot of things. Yeah. But it's just their personality. Maybe they're introverts, they just don't like talking to people.
But that's not, I don't know. Just for some people, they know how to do a good job, but I don't know, they are not very good at communicating with others.
Oh,
They
they
only-
don't like communicating.
Or they don't know this thing will be mean to others.
Oh,
They
they
just
don't
do it.
know. They just do it. Trying to think. There's so many words. Because it depends mostly on the person and what they do, right? But you can say he's a recluse. That's
In Chinese, you will say, he is 难搞. It's hard to handle it. Maybe it's like a thing.
like hard to handle. You have what he wants, for sure. There's a word that I'm thinking of, but I'm thinking maybe it's too serious. Let me try to see if it's the same one. It's the one for recluse. Recluse. Someone who is just something like this. Of course, it has many meanings, right? But it's just someone who isolates themselves. They just don't care to be part of society. They don't care to be part of society. They just don't care. But I think maybe it's too strong of a word. Yeah. Or maybe socially awkward. Yeah, I think that's better. Socially awkward. Like you just don't know what to do with you're around people. Yeah. But this is more serious. But socially awkward is just feel weird when you're around people. So people also don't know how to approach you, right? Yeah, so you're just awkward, you just don't know. Like you can also be unapproachable. It's like maybe you always look angry. So people don't know how to talk to you. But I think you mean socially awkward that it's not like a bad person, but you just don't know how to act around people. Yeah. So you're socially awkward. Socially awkward. So you just don't know what to do.